So Apple just announced the new iPhone 16 lineup, and I want to ask whether you need the new iPhone or not. And let's try our best here to be very rational despite Apple's extremely cool and appealing presentation. Let's start with the standard iPhone 16 and its design. I mean, it has some new colors, as every new iteration has, a seemingly tougher ceramic shield display, which they seem to claim nearly every year as well. An action button like last year's Pro model, and an overall different design with the cameras being in a vertical layout, which I personally like a lot. In fact, I like this 2-camera vertical design better than the Pro model square 3-camera layout. But of course, at the end of the day, none of those design changes will enhance your everyday iPhone use. What probably will improve your everyday experience is the new capture button that essentially gives your camera system a more tactile feel, like where you can physically switch between the different focal lengths and various camera settings, making your iPhone feel more like a real camera, quote unquote. So if you photograph a lot, and maybe that is one of your most important use cases, I do think that this will make your life a lot easier. Next to that, the iPhone 16 also adds macro photography to its feature set, if that's something you like. So overall a small but nice improvement, mainly due to the capture button, definitely improving things when using the camera a lot. Quite a big leap forward is made in regards to general performance, especially gaming, as the new iPhone 16 now gets the brand new A18 chip, which they claim is around a third faster than the iPhone 15's A16. In gaming, the advantage should be even more, close to 40%. For everyone else not that much into gaming, this is not needed at all, because all of the recent iPhones are super fast and chip-wise probably faster than your office PC at work anyways. So if you're a gamer, yay, otherwise, nah, not really interesting. The theme of the iPhone 16 matching the iPhone 15 Pro continues with Apple Intelligence, as it is now also available on the standard model. Apple Intelligence does promise a lot. Essentially, it is a mixture of something like ChatGPT and the personal assistant, aka a more intelligent Siri, both integrated into your phone. And all of that with obviously way better privacy than external software, for example. I don't know how good it actually will be, but it definitely has the potential to be a great help in everyday use. Be mindful though that at the start it will only be available in English, and unfortunately not everywhere in the world. I'm from Austria in the European Union, for example, and here it will not be available for now due to privacy issues. Now to the iPhone 16 Pro. Let's start with the display. Essentially, it is bigger. Do you care? I don't. Next, the chip and its performance. We're talking about an A18 Pro here. It seems to be a good bit faster than last year's A17 Pro, which they're comparing it to, but probably only a tiny bit more powerful than the A18 from the standard iPhone 16. So yeah, you wouldn't buy the iPhone 16 Pro just for the performance bump. It's not necessary. Now for its video and photography capabilities, the news mostly focus on a new 4K 120 mode, which is indeed impressive, especially when looking at it combined with the already available log and ProRes shooting capabilities. If you are a professional video maker and or a professional content creator, you will know whether you can make use of this feature, and if yes, that could potentially be worth every penny. I mean, just look at this The Weeknd music video they showed us. While they obviously used lots of other professional equipment like lighting, the images look absolutely stunning. As for the new audio features, I don't know. I mean, it is great that you can record audio in a more professional manner, but who's really gonna use that? When you are a pro, you will probably not rely on your iPhone's mic regardless of how much better it got, right? And for everybody else, it is overkill, I think. So a bit of a no man's land. The one thing where they show you how you can, add your singing voice over a guitar track, however, does look incredibly helpful for songwriting. So again, if you're a professional musician, you will know whether you can, integrate that feature in your workflow. And if yes, that makes a ton of sense. So what's my conclusion? If money isn't important to you and you fancy the new device for whatever reason, power to you. Go and get it. If you have a professional application where the new iPhone adds a lot of value, like the 4K 120 in the iPhone 16 Pro, or the capture button as general for photography or videography, or maybe also Apple Intelligence. Go for one of the new iPhones as well. But, and that is a very important but in my opinion, you should be able to clearly and precisely phrase out why and how those new features are worth its money for your specific application. Don't fool yourself with some why not, it looks kinda nice and helpful, nice to have nonsense. A little bonus budget tip here: if you can live without the capture button, and I'm sure you can, and you still need great video capabilities, so 4K 120, look at the used or refurbed iPhone 15 Pro. As a bonus, this phone is already capable of Apple Intelligence as well. So if money is somewhat of a factor to you and you don't have a specific professional use case like we talked just now, I would do the following. If you have an iPhone 15, 14 or even 13 that works fine, just keep it. If you're coming from an earlier iPhone or you perhaps have a physically damaged or malfunctioning phone, I understand that you want to upgrade. The iPhone 16 seems to make a lot of sense here, especially because it works with Apple Intelligence, which for sure will get way better for years to come. So with the 16, you have covered that and you have a foundation. And I would recommend going that route when you usually hang on to your phone for several years. If you're more like me and buy a used phone and keep it for like 1 or 2 years before selling it and getting another used one, spoiler alert, that is actually the cheapest way to own a modern iPhone. I made a whole video about this, link is up here. Well, then I would strongly recommend looking more at the used iPhone 15 or even a 14, as it gives you way better value for your money. Especially now when many people are selling these phones in order to upgrade to the new 16. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found it somewhat helpful. If so, I'd be happy if you gave it a like or considered subscribing. Well, that's it. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.